said, you've got your car loan, you've got your gas, you've got your electric. Forget your shopping and anything else for your kids.
Yeah, I used to joke about it and say, you know, how many people have got more month left at the end of your money?
Yeah.
And you know, in reality, it should be the other way around, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, how many people you come to that last 5 days before you get paid? You're looking in little drawers, aren't you, for your 2 pences and your 5 pences.
Yeah, sofa, yeah, that'll
do whatever you can to put £1 in the gas meter.
Exactly.
You
But
know?
it's got to a point where it's just. I mean, I deal with debt management, as you know, unfortunately, and it's the amount of people who just say, I have got, by the time the end of the month comes, I've got no more money. And you're in a debt situation, you're living, it looks hand to mouth, I suppose.
I think on the debt management front, again, that's a fantastic subject that we can still plug in and help people with. Recently on the internet there's been a couple of judges, ironically one was from Manchester, stating that a lot of these debt management companies that you have to pay a couple of £100 to get information about the 1974 Credit Consumer Act are still out there screwing people. And this judge was actually saying that, you know, if it is that documentation is there and it's got the signatures on, then these people have to pay the debts. This guy is still wrong in what he's saying, because it has to be an original agreement. It has to be the fact that it's got a signature on it in the correct place, and where he's cocked up and he can't be put back to rights is that there's 14 points on each and every agreement. If one of those points is wrong and it's been noted wrong, filled in wrong, it wipes the complete debt out.
Yeah.
So you don't need debt management companies to do this for you. There's template letters on the internet that can show you how to do it.
Well, and on that, virtually what you're saying there is, the fight against the government, the state, however you want to put it, that key sentence there, what I just said, is there's ways that on the internet is our biggest tool. In every way, there are template letters for you to do this yourself. If you're too lazy, use a management company that's got good standing, but only if you're too lazy, because I mean a lot of that again is a fear factor where you're scared of dealing with creditors.
Well, at the end of the day, what you've got to look at is there's a lot of people out there that are suffering, and you know, if it was that they was to look at the PPIs that they've got with loans, even these now are deemed, a good 90% of them can be deemed to be unethical. They've been filled in wrong, they've been forced to fill them in when they've taken loans out, and been threatened that they won't get the loan if they don't fill it in, which basically is putting people under pressure again. So therefore, if people was to look at the PPI, personal protection insurance against a loan, dating back to 2007, before the 30th of April, you've got a chance that, you know, you can get that money back, and you can go through debt management companies. You can get the information off the internet, and companies that deal in this would charge 25% of the overall amount of money that you get back. I think an average is £6,500 that you get back on a PPI. So it would mean that you give around about £1,700 back. Yeah. You know, but good for something for nothing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you just on that. Sorry, let's cut you off. But we're talking about car parking offence. There's was it? I think an email from yourself about a company that's been scamming people as well.
Oh, in Cheshire. Yeah. I found that absolutely mind blowing. You know, and what I found more mind blowing than anything, did you note the comment by the chief constable or the sergeant, whoever it was from Cheshire? He said, now listen to what I'm saying here, no private company can issue parking tickets, parking charge notices. What are the council?
A private company.
Right.
So
I've had 3. I haven't paid one of them.
No.
And don't intend to pay them.
Exactly.
So go and fly.
Yeah.
The question is, how daft you are with your money?
Well, this is the point I was getting to make is people are so conditioned. We're all conditioned to anything that gets put on your car anything gets put your door asking you for money as in the form of some kind of fine, we just pay it through
That's
fear.
right.
When, Mike just said in that one sentence there, and that applies to virtually everything, including your TV licence, which, there's a good video out at the moment of a chap who, from Birmingham actually, he questioned the man who came around asking him for the TV licence.
Is that Darren?
I can't
Darren Pollard.
And he said, I've not got one, and I'm not intending to get one. And the chap, he couldn't get his car fast enough from the BBC, and it transpired that a friend of mine who lives around the corner in Manchester did exactly the same, and the bloke he didn't have a word to say.
No, it's funny because you can trip them up as well. The TV licensing companies come to your house. If they ask you to sign any form of piece of paper, it's a no. You must refuse, because you're agreeing to sign a contract.
Yeah.
And once you've signed the contract, that's statute law. So it's a no.
Right.
You don't do anything you want, but you don't sign a contract. You don't sign anything. But where this guy that I know had got him, he'd got a television.
Mm.
The television van pulled up, and it was a Panasonic in full view as he opened the door. The TV company, BBC, decided they'd got him by the short and curlies, took all the notes of the Panasonic and everything else about it and the time, and they took him to court. Lo and behold, when they got into court, he turned around and he says, right, he said, if your equipment's that good, he says, can you tell me? He said, what sort of television it was? And he says, yeah. He said, it was a Panasonic. He says, and could you see what station was on? He said, we think it was ITV. He says, no, he says, it's really funny, that is. And he said, well, what was that? He says, can I just hold an adjournment? And the judge says yes. And he lifted the Panasonic television onto the table. And when he turned it round, there was no inside to it.
Just a shell.
It was just a shell.
Fantastic.
He'd actually got a JVC. And it was thrown out of court. So, the other thing is they've got to prove that you've got the television licence in the first place, and that you've got a television.
So, from what you're saying, we've just gone through car parking fines, we've gone through your TV licence, and we've gone through utility bills. That if you stop paying, how much money could you save yourselves each year by actually sending off some template letters and not signing things?
Unbelievable. The other thing is, this is a really strong point where I come from. In the Dudley area, and it's got to be the same round here, I come from the West Midlands, the pathetic council have started giving people 52 bin bags with a little band wrapped around them. 1 bin bag a week per family. Absolutely mind-blowing, because when you put the bin bags out, they leave a message on your bin bags, a sticker, saying that you've had more than 1 bin bag. Now, the time that it takes you to put the sticker on, they could have thrown it into the back of the lorry. But the point of issue here is, I'm going to say this, what's fascinating is, the council haven't taken into account all the old dears that live on their own that have half a bin bag. What they're doing is they're looking at the 3 and 4 people families who are allowed up to 3 bin bags, but have 5 bin bags. And then we're out there to put them in the street for them. So we're almost doing the jobs. The only thing we don't do is pick up their money on a Friday afternoon. So I'm going to be a bit callous and a bit naughty and promote something, because these councils have to learn a lesson. And the lesson that I'm going to teach them is this. Everybody needs to do this. You need to go fly tipping and tip it up in country lanes. But you must make sure there is no address, no names. And what you've got to do is you've got to make sure that you do not get caught. This is no different than what the council are doing.
Yeah, exactly.
They're forcing you to do this by only giving you 1 bin bag. And I promote this myself, and I don't give 2 hoots what the council say, and it's the way that it's going. Around the Dudley area or the little country lanes,
excellent.
Loads of bin bags. Council's own fault. Cutting you dead, back in a minute.